Hey there, Facebook. It is Vanessa here again, your speaker, trainer, and coach from Live, Love, Give. And I'm bringing you a message all around another one of my favorite topics, which is all around boundaries. And I don't know why it is, but I feel like we all tend to have our own unique common themes in our lives that ultimately, we keep running these same old themes. And for some of us, it might be similar. You might have the same sort of themes running through your life as I do in mine. But this is most definitely one of them. And it is all around making your boundaries become your greatest filter and kind of do the work for you in terms of directing you in your life. So what am I meaning about using our boundaries as our filters? Okay, so I guess over my experience in life so far, coming from a place where I had zero boundaries and I guess a lot of people in my life used to call me, and actually still do call me, quite naive. And so I look at that naivety as me seeing the best and assuming the best and assuming positive intent from other people. But I've most definitely learnt the hard way a lot of times in terms of not having boundaries and not directing my life from a place of discernment and knowing, actually what's going on here. And it has led me down some interesting paths that have definitely stayed in my memory bank, and definitely I refer back to them at different pivotal moments in my life whenever I don't feel something might be not quite right. And over time, I've learned to trust in my intuition. I've learned to trust what feels right, what doesn't feel right, based on experience. And we all kind of need to have experience in our life in order to grow and learn this sort of stuff. But I'm hoping that me sharing a little bit of what I'm going to share with you today kind of just might be a little bit of the learning without you having to go through the pain. But ultimately, I want to kind of tell you where I was and tell you where I am right now. And so where I was assuming the best of everybody, saying yes to everything, and just kind of actually being in the place where even over this last year, it's been a challenge for me. I'm still battling this. I battle it every single day of my life, actually. That's why I'm saying about the common themes. But ultimately, I used to get really caught up, and only just recently been getting really caught up in this, but actually not knowing the point where I was, staying true to what my boundaries are and what felt right, but also being authentic, right? So this is my battle. So over the last year in particular, or about a year and a half now, my main predominant focus has been on authenticity all the way, right? And it has been so freeing in so many ways, but I've realized at some point it's been a little bit too free for all. And that's what has allowed me to go, oh, okay, I get into these different circumstances or relationships or interactions, and I'm all about authenticity, which to me feels like freedom, and I never, ever, ever want to be dishonest or lie, or I don't know, I don't like that energy, and I definitely don't want to get busted for not telling the truth, right? Like none of us do. I think my mum might have instilled that into me as a kid. Don't ever lie, because somebody will always find out, whether it's now or later down the track. So I've definitely had that going on. But ultimately, I've kind of gone for full throttle on the authenticity, meaning that people could come to me and, ask me different questions and things. And I would feel at this uncertain point where it was this doesn't feel right to communicate like this, but I want to be authentic and I want to be open and I want to be totally honest. So I just was. But, sometimes it doesn't work out very good. It's not really actually me being my most true to myself kind of person. It's actually me sacrificing what's true for me, even though I'm being totally 120%, 2000% authentic in the moment. And what I've kind of gotten the gist of, over the last it happens to me like almost on the daily that I'm having to navigate this exact challenge. Like, do I go down this track, or do I actually go, you know what, this doesn't feel right. Let me put some boundaries up here and let that be the filter for me, and let the other person put the ball in the other person's court and test them to see what their intentions really are here. And it is so empowering to do this and not feel like you have to just open yourself totally up to whoever comes your way, because you want freedom and authenticity if you're anything like me. But in actual fact, go, you know what? Something feels off. I'm not quite sure what it is. So let me buy myself some time and let's put some little boundaries up here and let's see what happens. And let's put the ball in the other person's court and see why they're really here, and see, just, give them some testing points to see what their intentions are, and to see whether this is a really healthy pathway for me to go down, or maybe I was totally right in that feeling and it's absolutely not, and I have to be discerning in that. And I just love the fact that I am always being presented the opportunities exactly and precisely as I require them, in order for me to grow and wake up to the lesson that I need to learn. And this has been a recycling pattern in my life. And I feel like just today, I feel like it's been kind of in the making, but I feel like in just today, I've come this like, oh, okay, I've had this test so many times, and I feel like, oh my gosh, universe, whatever you are, some higher intelligence who's just presenting me exactly what I need all the time. I finally feel like I get it, and I know I'm going to be tested a whole bunch more to see if that's even the case. But that's how I'm feeling right now, and it's why I wanted to deliver this message for you guys, in the hope that it will get you thinking. And maybe if you're a bit like me and you're like, where's that line? Like, where do we, be all of who we are, and we're really authentic, and we're totally honest and we're totally open, versus, okay, but like, where do I draw the line there? Where is the boundary that I need to place and still be true to myself? Because the aim of the game is to be true to yourself. Okay, it's not to prove to other people that you're open and totally authentic. And if you do that, you're not going to have any boundaries, and you're absolutely going to invite people into your circle that you actually don't feel comfortable with, and that is absolutely not being true to yourself. It's putting you in a position where you're subordinating to the external world and people you don't even want to be connected to, instead of going, what's true to me? In this moment, it's to be fully open and authentic and answer this question, or engage in this way, whatever it is. Or it's like, no, it doesn't feel right. I'm going to trust that within myself. I'm going to get a bit more curious here. I'm going to present a bit of a boundary. I'm going to put the ball in their court, and I'm going to just test some of their intention here, or whatever it is. You work it out in the moment. But the idea is that you are being truthful to yourself, and you ain't got nothing to prove to anybody external from you. At the end of the day, you live with you 24/7. So you better start finding a way that you can have some healthy boundaries and trust yourself and be authentic whenever you feel called to. But also know that just because you don't fully open up and express and be totally transparent doesn't mean that you're not being authentic. It could actually mean that you're incredibly self-loving and you have beautiful, healthy boundaries for yourself. And people have to earn the right to enter your true inner circle, and you don't have to give it all the way to everybody just in order to be authentic. All right, might be talking to my past self right now, but I'm hoping that it resonates definitely with some of you guys out there, and you might have your own different lesson, around boundaries. For me, it's that whole authenticity piece, being totally transparent versus, okay, like maybe not with everybody. I need to know their intention here. I need to know what this dynamic is a bit better before I do that. But it might be totally different to you. But the fact is, create some healthy boundaries that will actually do the work for you, and filter through, who you want to put those boundaries up for in a healthy, self-loving way, and who you're willing to kind of, knock down the walls for and give your all to. So I really, really hope that this is of value to you guys. I really want you guys to know that on Thursday, if you've been sleeping under a rock or something's been going on and you have no idea about the Limitless Potential monthly masterclasses, let today's message be the wake-up call that you need, because on Thursday, I'm going to be giving the very third ever masterclass live, and it's all on the 8 levels of self-love and how to empower yourself in all of them. This is the key to setting healthy boundaries for yourself, because we don't have healthy boundaries for ourselves when we're not self-loving. And when we can up level our self-love in all of these different 8 levels of self-love, then ultimately you are going to naturally bring up to the surface some beautiful healthy boundaries for yourself, and you're going to start moving in the direction of your limitless potential without subordinating to external sources and forces and all sorts of stuff. And you're actually going to step into your truth, step into your empowerment, and actually reach that potential. So I really invite you guys to join. The link is up above. And Thursday, the next live class. And you'll also, if you're not currently a member, if you join, you will actually get instant access to the first 2 masterclasses, which are actually amazing. And definitely on my self-development journey, I'm giving you the best of the best, what I've tried and what I've broken through with and what I use with all of my clients. And I've made it so accessible for you guys that I just don't see why you wouldn't come and join us in that amazing community. But yes, link is up above, and let me check in with you guys just before the sun's going down. I don't know if I've done a Facebook Live this late yet, but I have got Sam in the house. I love it. And Adrian and Terry and Sam looking so elegant and gorgeous, babe. Thank you so much, Sam. I so appreciate your beautiful, kind words as always. And Jared's here, and Carlos. Thank you, my friend. And Jitendra. Wow, awesome. Like your energetic way to speak. Thank you, Jitendra. I absolutely love having you here, and I love that you're loving the way that I talk and the energy. So that's awesome to hear. And Sam, I love setting boundaries. Awesome. I find you so wise and brilliant. I don't see any naivety in you. I so appreciate that so much. Thank you, Sam. And yeah, I like to think of, the naivety as, I used to think it was a bad thing. Like when I was younger, and I'm the youngest, I'm the only girl in my entire family, and so I used to think that naivety piece that everybody used to think of me, and always feeling like they had to protect me and all this sort of stuff. I used to think it was a really bad thing. But as I went on my self-development journey, ultimately what I discovered was that naivety is actually, I love that about me. I love that I can assume the best of people. I love that I can see the goodness in them and see their highest potential and go along with that, instead of worrying about and projecting negative intent on people that may not have it. But you can see the flip side, right? Like if you're just going around thinking, the next axe murderer or rapist in the world is got really great intent, you might get yourself into trouble. So it's a good thing to be balanced out. And so I've definitely done a lot of work on that, but I love that. Sam, thank you so much. And Terry, hi Vanessa, thanks once again for bringing your empowerment to sunny Spain. You brighten up an already very bright place. Your words are so beautiful and kind, Terry, and I always, always, always love having you join from beautiful Spain. So cool. And Samuel, I thought I was being my kind self by putting myself last. I love that. Absolutely, Samuel. So you know what? So many of us fall into that trap. It is a big reason why I work with a lot of people on their ability to receive rather than give all the time and be kind and be all altruistic. But we've all got an altruistic side. We've all got that loving, kind, caring, giving side, but we've also got a narcissistic side that if we disown, we end up in complete disempowerment and emptiness. And so we need to nurture that other side of us as well, that narcissistic side that is kind of I'm giving, but is there something in it for me as well? What do I want? And that is a way of coming back into equilibrium, because if you just give and you're not open to receive, you're robbing people of giving you love, and you're also robbing yourself of a life lived with fulfillment, because you empty out, you got nothing left in the tank to actually give. So that is why I always drum into your minds always to ask yourself, make your primary question, make the question that you ask yourself every single day whenever you're faced with a decision, what is the most self-loving thing I could do in this moment? Okay, because when you're coming from a place of self-love, it is going to benefit everybody else around you. If you're just sacrificing yourself all the time, you're going to end up resenting everybody around you because you're not allowing people to give back to you, and you're just giving to the point of emptiness. And this is where we kill our relationships, even though we have such beautiful intention and such kind-hearted direction, but it doesn't work. So we need to be balanced. And I find that the best way to go about that is to direct our lives by asking ourselves the question, what is the most self-loving thing I could do in this moment? Not selfish, and not completely selfless, but what is the most self-loving thing I could do? Always best for everybody who we want to connect with and love. And love that you shared that, Samuel. And Yabaz and Sarah and Sandra and Rim and Angela, awesome to see all of you guys. And Sam, why did you say you don't want us to feel pain and we grow either through pain or pleasure? I don't remember saying that at all. And I don't think I would say that either. So I don't know where that came from. You'll have to refer me back to when I said that or where I said that. But ultimately, I think that pain is an actual amazing motivator. So I would never, I don't know how that could have even come out of my mouth, Sam, but I love that you're picking me up on it if I did say that, because I do not agree with that at all, because I think that pain is actually a sign of health. We experience pain in our lives because it's trying to alert us to something that is not working or it's not right. So I would never say that. So maybe we've got our wires crossed yet again, Sam, but I love it. Let me know. And Jeedy's here, and Coram and Ronnie and Yon. Hello to you, and Bina. Thank you for giving stepping stones. Oh, I love hearing that, Bina. You are so welcome, beautiful. And Don's here, and Sam. I love and deeply connect with your authenticity and vulnerability. Makes me feel you deeply, and I'm transformed by your sincerity. Sam, that is just one of the most beautiful, kind-hearted compliments I think I have ever received, and I'm not surprised that it came from you at all, my friend. I love that. Oh, that means the world to me. I thank you for that. And Tahir's here, and Gregory, hello to you. And Savula, awesome. And Sam, I love the so many opportunities that show up in your life, amazing growth and shifting you're going through. Thank you, Sam. And I think it happens for all of us. If we pay conscious awareness to it, it's the whole feather, the brick, the bus analogy. The universe is always sending us opportunities to wake up to things that aren't right and aren't healthy and aren't self-loving. So we're going to get the little tickle, but if we ignore the tickle or we don't notice it, we're going to get hit with a brick. That's going to be a bigger opportunity, a bit more painful. And then finally, if we ignore that or we don't notice it, we're going to get taken out by a bus. And this can happen in all areas of our lives. So as you go throughout your journey and you have some major, big, painful experiences, I hope that, you get to pick up on the signals a lot earlier on in time, because you get taken out by a bus, you go, oh my gosh, oh yeah, I can reflect back. I can see that brick I got hit with. I can even see the feather back there that I got tickled with, but I didn't know, and so based on our experiences through pain at times, then we are going to be able to, be self-aware enough to notice the feathers before they turn into the brick and ultimately don't get to the bus stage. So I love that, Sam. And what kind of boundaries do you set in communication? Yeah, so to me, I'm just learning how to set boundaries based on how I feel, so it's really dependent on the circumstance and the situation, and the person that I'm talking with and our level of connection and our level of trust. And I'm kind of learning on the fly. But I think that you have to trust in your initial instinct. And if you do the wrong thing and you kind of overshare or get too authentic or too too open or too vulnerable and doesn't feel good and you noticed it didn't, but you did it anyway, then you've got to learn from that. And I would ideally say that you, if that's a situation that keeps reoccurring, you need to address it with the person and you need to fill them in. Be authentic in your communication in terms of, you know what, when we had this conversation, it didn't quite feel right to me, but I did it anyway, and I just want to let you know that I really value our connection, and having this sort of communication or whatever it is, it just doesn't feel quite right to me, and I would much rather have our connection grow strong, but I know that if I keep communicating like this with you, it's actually going to want me to disconnect, and I certainly don't want that with you. All right, so that could be just like a way of communicating and setting some boundaries there. But yeah, just an example off the top of my head there. And Sarah, I need boundaries for sure. I'm so grateful that you are in the masterclasses. Beautiful. I cannot wait to see you on Thursday and take you through the 8 levels of self-love. It's going to really help you in terms of boundaries. So, oh my gosh, so grateful you're there, Sarah. And thanks for sharing, and completely resonate. We all need our boundaries. And Sam, what do you mean people have to earn the right to be in your inner circle? Such a great question. So I love what Brene Brown talks into in this realm. So that's where I kind of conceptualized earning the right, because she would say that people have to earn the right for you to communicate vulnerably and courageously with them. You have to. What I mean by earning the right is that they have to be, talking their talk. Whatever your rules are around what is going to make it okay for you to open up and share, or whatever the boundary is, and take down those walls with another person, that's for you to decipher on an individual level. But what I would say is there needs to be some different things for that person to earn their right. Like, prove their sincerity in terms of, is this person all talk, or are they matching their words and actions with what they say? That's a really good one. Do they have integrity? Can I trust them? Will they respect me? Have they proven themselves to be somebody who will value me sharing all of who I am, and not, talking about me behind my back, or whatever the circumstances might be. But that's what I mean by earning the right. Make sure that you get curious and you work out who somebody is, and allow them the opportunity of earning the right to for your trust to be shared with them. So hope that answers your question, Sam. And Sam, you missed Facebook Live on Sunday the 12th. Now it's Monday. Not in Australia. It's the 13th today. So yeah, but no, I never miss. Couldn't do it to you. But I love it, Sam. And Dariush is here, and Tanya, awesome, and Alex and Andre and Dariush, yes, yet narcissism is good to give oneself love, yes, absolutely. And so many people, we get super scared of that word, like, oh, narcissism, or, I'm either a narcissist or I'm an empath, and I just don't like putting people into boxes. We're all on a scale, and the more you can own all of who you are, the more you are going to grow yourself. It's when we think that we have to be all one way and never another way that we end up limiting our growth ourselves. We stay stuck in self-judgment, and when we're stuck there, we can't give our all to anybody, and therefore we can't go to the depths of connection and all sorts of stuff in the rest of the areas of life. So I love that. And Samuel, amazing words. I'm loving that you're loving them today. And Sam, yes, I can't wait. Yes, Wednesday night for all you superstars in America, and Thursday for us Aussies. I love it. And Dariush, you miss who we are, or you miss who you are. That's fine. Disagree. Pain is love. Yes. Okay. I'm not totally sure what you're saying there, but I love you sharing your words here, my friend. And awesome, Tanya. And Dariush, you are staring outside yourself just like everyone else. Be careful of dark and masochistic tendencies. Yes. Okay. I will. Thank you, my friend. And Sam, you said the reason why you're telling us your story about so much pain you felt and went through. Oh, you didn't want us to go through that. Thank you. thank you for clearing that up. I'm like, oh my gosh, I would never say that. But what I would say in terms of what I meant there is not for you to never experience pain, because that would be crazy, because pain allows us that challenge, that opportunity to grow, that experience that we need. But why it's so powerful to learn from other people's stories is so that you can fast track your success without experiencing the pain of getting there. So, based on your experiences of pain, you can hear people's stories and you can resonate. You can go, okay, I know that sort of situation. I know what that must have felt like, so I don't have to experience it before I learn the lesson, because I've got enough of my own experience, and now I've got these different perspectives from people who've been places I haven't been yet, and that can help me make better choices and decisions in my life. And that's ultimately why I do with the work that I do, in the hope that it always fast tracks your success. I love it. And Dariesh, that is perfectly fine. Watch out for the thorns of the rose bush. They may sting, but otherwise no roses for you or us or me or we. I love it. Absolutely. Got to have some thorns along the journey. They give us contrast. Absolutely. And you can't have the good without some bad as well, or some challenge. You can't have all support. You've got to have the challenge as well. And Stephen, thank you so much, Vanessa. Your daily messages have helped and given me the strength to get through some very difficult times in the last few months while having to take care of my terminally ill father. Oh, Stephen, my heart is with you, my friend, and they are such beautiful, kind words, and I so appreciate you sharing them with me and with all of us. And so much love and positive energy to you, my friend, and your beautiful dad. And I'm so grateful that you're getting value from these messages, and so appreciate the feedback. And Sanula and Bogdan, hello from Transylvania. That's so cool. I love it. Oh my gosh. And Sam, how's Survivor Cousin surviving? She's doing awesome. Oh my gosh, she is amazing. She's kind of like become a bit of a leader. So what Sam is asking me is my cousin's wife is actually on the current season of Australian Survivor. Yes, she's doing really well. And I'm loving watching her. It's so, so cool. So thanks for asking, Sam. And Duriyash, ourselves share yourself fully as you are for your rites of passage. I love it. I love that you're sharing so much in our community today. And thank you so much for being here, Dariush. And Sam, yes, thank you for clarification. Love that. Got it. Awesome, Sam. And just as a side note, while I've got you, because I know you're here, the SE that Dawn said, that was actually your nickname, my friend. But I love it. All right, guys, I am so grateful for each and every one of you guys for joining. Thanks so much for your contribution, everything that you've shared, all your beautiful questions. I am sending each and every one of you guys all of my love, light, blessings, gratitude, energy, enthusiasm, everything extraordinary coming to you to wherever you are in the world today. I really hope it's a beautiful, amazing, and extraordinary day. I'm getting the last minutes of sunlight. It's going to turn pitch black here in a moment. And last comment here. Sam, your messages are ever incredible and inspiring. Get empowered every moment. I tap into your genius. So much love for you, Sam. I'm so grateful every single day for your kindness. And I love that you get so much value from these messages and being on my team. So guys, I'm sending you all of my love and I cannot wait to see you tomorrow.